Hey guys, it's Claudia here from Ramblings of a Mama Bear, and today is November the 25th. It's Sunday night. I thought I'd make this vlog because today is Sunday after Black Friday and before Cyber Monday. If you are a mom and you went out shopping this weekend, power to you because you're brave ladies. I mean, especially if you went with your kids, like super brave. I did Black Friday shopping one time in my entire life, and I thought, this is insane. I'm never putting myself in this position again. Everybody made it in alive and out alive, and nobody killed anybody. But nonetheless, I thought it's not worth this stress. Like, not for 60% off, not for nothing. So it's neither here nor there. It just brought to mind this subject when today me and my daughter did our second annual clearing out of junk from the house. Now, when I say junk, I use that term loosely because a lot of it is not junk at all. A lot of it is, relatively new or brand new, and it's never been used. And it's just cluttering the house, and nobody uses this stuff. And now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, if you don't want junk in the house, don't buy it. The thing is, I'm not a shopper, so I'm not buying this stuff. The thing is, a lot of it is gifts. And although we are very grateful to have such wonderful people in our lives who, are always thinking about us and have gifted us wonderful things, I just find that we don't use a lot of it, So we started to put sort of, restrictions and being those people, those parents that were like, no, you can't buy our child this. But we hate doing it, but we have asked. And our family has been very respectful about that. Like, more and more every year, like they understand, and our daughter's getting older, and and it's also when kids get older, it's harder to really buy for them because they really have their own tastes and their things that they like, especially clothes and stuff. But I still find that a lot of moms have the same complaints. It's just too much. Every Christmas is too much, and we always feel the need to buy more and more and more. And our kids might come up with a list of like 30 things, and then we feel like somehow they've got to get all those things. And they don't have to get all those things. I mean, they don't even play with all those things. I mean, kids nowadays, most of them play with their iPads and their computers. And I mean, there's kids out there that'd be happy to spend 8 hours a day playing Fortnite if you let them, or playing Minecraft. I know mine would. We have to actually stop her and put stipulations on how long she'd be on the iPad. Otherwise, she'd forget the world around her exists, right? And then, she has extracurricular stuff that she loves. So between that and the stuff she already has, she has plenty to entertain her. And the toys, they just sit there. I mean, we've got a dollhouse that she's had since she was 2 years old. I don't think I've seen her play with that thing once in the last 5 years. Yet, up until this year, she wouldn't let it go. It was a constant discussion every single day. So do you think maybe you want to, get rid of your dollhouse because you really don't play with it? No, I really would like to keep it because I still play with it. And we're like, no, you don't play with it. Like, you don't touch it at all. But we never want to force her to take it. And we don't want to just have her, like, go to school one day and come home and all her toys are gone. Because, like, that would be heartbreaking for her. She gets attached to things. She's like me. And I just don't want to do that to her. So last year, we started doing this thing where I said, you need to make room for new Christmas things. And you can't make, like, you can't get new presents if you don't get rid of old stuff. Like, you need to make room. And, we started to explain more and more the need to help others and, et cetera, which we always have since she was little, but just more. So I literally went through every closet that we owned. I went through every toy chest, every toy box, everything. And I emptied out with her everything she didn't want, she didn't play with, she didn't need, every article of clothing she didn't wear. Some things were brand new, but she just was at that age already where sometimes she didn't like things. So then people would buy them for her brand new, and she just wouldn't wear them. And so there was a few things that still had tags on them, and things like that. And we started to suggest to our families that, maybe gift cards, maybe money, maybe like memories. So like, offer to do something special that she really loves to do with her when, you're visiting with her. And then that way, she has this great memory of doing this really fun thing that she loved without having an actual material thing attached to it, right? Um, After I emptied out, no word of a lie, a pickup truck full of bags of clothing and toys. And when I got to the charity that we gave it to, the gentleman helping had to bring out two enormous plastic laundry type wheelie bin things, the really big ones they use in hotels. Two of them, because one was not enough. Like the truck was full. And we basically emptied everything out, and I thought, for sure this year I will not have to do this again. Like, there's no way that in 2018 I'm going to have this much stuff to empty when I gave away an enormous truckload full of stuff that we no longer used. Well, folks, let me tell you, we already have 3.5 bags of toys, and I already have about 4 bags of clothing. Okay? And these are not small little bags. And so I felt like I needed to do this vlog because I feel like a lot of parents, a lot of people in general, are in the same boat. And we really are trying very hard to live a more minimalist life. And that is our choice. And I'm not saying that if you love stuff, you're a terrible person. And if you love stuff, you need to live a minimalist life or you're not living a good life. That's not it at all. If you like stuff, please buy it. You're keeping our economy going. Like, I'm not complaining. But what I'm saying is there are some of us who just don't need it and we don't want it. And the more stuff, the more you have to clean. And as someone who cleans, all day, every day outside of when I'm in school, I don't want to clean more stuff when I get home. And my kid's not using it, and my husband's not using it, and I'm not using it, and so it's useless. It just sits in my house and it gathers dust, and then I have to clean the dust off of it so that it can sit there for another 6 months and gather more dust. So please, what I'm trying to say is be very mindful when you're buying things for people. I know you want to do wonderful things for people, and you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, and you mean well, and we love you for it, all of you for it. But be mindful. If somebody says they want something specifically, even if it's something that you don't think is a great gift, it's fine. If that's what they asked for, then that is a great gift. And I find a lot of times when we go shopping, we end up shopping for things sometimes, and we don't mean to do this. I mean, we really don't. I think we really want to make people happy, and that's why we buy that. But I think we end up buying things that we think the person should have versus the things that the person actually wants. And you know what? At the end of the day, if you can't figure out what the person really wants, if the person says, hey, you know what? Gift card, money, whatever, do it. The best example I come up with is my husband's grandmother and grandfather, who have passed away. When I first started dating my husband and when I first became part of the family and I went home, they always had the same tradition. And it was, you'd get about, I think it's $50 for your birthday. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was $100 for Christmas each. If I'm not mistaken, could have been 50 again. It's been a while, so maybe I'm forgetting, but I'm pretty sure it was $100 for Christmas and $50 for your birthday. And you always knew what you were getting. There was no surprise. So birthday, card, and $50. Christmas, it was some small little trinket, whether like one year it was a snowman candle for me, another year it was a towel, another year, it was like another little figurine for Christmas. It was always something like that. And then a crisp, brand new, whatever, $100 bill. I'm positive it was $100. Honest to goodness, that present from Trevor's grandparents was the best present ever. We knew what we were getting, and we would get excited because we were young. We didn't have a lot of extra cash, and there was nothing attached to this money. It was like, this is this money. You do whatever you want. You spend it wherever you want. But we were always so grateful, and we were so excited that sometimes we'd start thinking, oh, what are we going to do this year? And we would think of things like maybe there was a really special restaurant we wanted to go have dinner at that we couldn't otherwise afford to, and we would pool our money together and do that. Or, and here's the thing, every time people were like, oh, but it's just money, there's no thought to it. But you know what? Every present that I bought with the money that Trevor's grandparents gave me, I remember every single one of them. It was like the minute you purchased something that you actually wanted, that you actually needed, you attach that memory to that gift regardless. So even though they didn't go out and physically buy me a thing, the money they gave me that bought that thing, I remembered. I remember one year for my birthday, I bought myself a pair of Converse sneakers. I had wanted those for so long. $50 was exactly the cost of those Converse sneakers that year on sale. And guess what? This girl got herself a pair of Converse sneakers. One year, my husband and I pooled the money together and we bought ourselves a small little TV for the kitchen because we spent so many hours in the kitchen, whether it be cooking or doing dishes or taking care of our daughter when she was really small, that all of our time was spent in the kitchen. And so we thought, it would be nice if we could watch our shows while we're in the kitchen on our TV. So now, every time I put on those Converse sneakers, I don't think about $50. I think about Grandma and Grandpa. Like, Grandma and Grandpa bought me these sneakers. Every time I turn on that TV, I think about Grandma and Grandpa. Because of Grandma and Grandpa, I have this TV. But guess what? Every single thing I bought with their money has not left this house. Why? Because they were things that we chose to buy because we actually needed them or we really, really wanted them. So sometimes you may think money is not a good gift for Christmas, or you may think that something somebody asks for because it's really simple might not be a good thing. But trust me when I say this, if you give a person exactly what they want for Christmas, you won't regret it. And they won't regret it. And they will be more than happy to have that item. And they won't forget you. And it won't go unnoticed. And people will not be ungrateful. So when you go out there, I know some of you have already been shopping. When you go out there Cyber Monday, when you go shopping, when you go crazy shopping, if you really want to, go for it. I'm not telling you not to. You do you. I'll do me. But keep in mind that if you're buying for other people, to stick to what they ask for. And if they generally say to you like, hey, I don't want stuff, I'm good, like we got lots, we don't need anything, then maybe get them a gift card, maybe get them some money, maybe write up a little like handmade gift certificate for a night out on the town with them, especially if they're your friends. Your friends would rather spend time with you than have some gift that they never even asked for. Spend time with them. I don't get to see my friends like ever anymore because school keeps me so busy. If one of my girlfriends showed up and she stuffed a letter written, hey, I'm taking you out to dinner, or hey, I'm coming over to your house, so you don't even have to get dressed and leave the house. I'm coming over with coffee or tea and cookies and dinner. I'd be like, hey, that is the greatest Christmas gift ever. That is the greatest gift, period. Because now I'm spending time, I'm having these great memories, I get to relax and have this great chat with my friends, and it costs them peanuts to make me some cookies and come over and have tea. Hell, I got tons of tea. You don't even have to bring tea. Whatever, just come over. And it's an enormously wonderful gift. So sometimes the best gifts of all are not material things. So anyhow, that's my 2 cents for tonight, and I've already gone way too long. But I hope that it resonates with some of you, and I want you guys to know you're not alone. If you too are clearing out mountains of stuff out of the house, you're not alone. If you wish people would give less stuff, you're not alone. We are here with you, lugging out bags full of stuff. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season so far. Just drop me a line whenever you want. Follow, share, like, you do your thing. And I'll be here sharing my ramblings and hoping that someone out there in internet land is actually listening to them. Good night, and we'll see you soon. Bye.